We are on the air. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to live coverage of Baltimore Orioles baseball, where this afternoon the Orioles will be taking on the Tampa Bay Rays in the second game of a three-game series this afternoon at Camden Yards. How you doing, everybody? It's your old pal Steve here, also known as the BirdWatcher, or BW, if you will. How you doing there, Charm City chat? Welcome in. And let me also say a big hello to anyone who might be new to my channel. This channel just started up a couple of months ago for the beginning of this 2024 season. And after last night's crazy run on brand new subscribers, I'm very happy to announce that the channel, just 2 months in, over 1,000 subscribers, and a special thank you to all of you for making that happen. This channel is really taken off, and I'm very happy to be the guy to give you the play-by-play for every Orioles game all season long and hopefully well into October. So if you're just finding me, give it a chance. The idea is maybe you don't have a chance or a way to watch the Orioles on TV or listen to them on the radio, or maybe you just, prefer it like this. A little more of an interactive experience, watching the game along with fellow Oriole fans, interacting, and it's good. It's good stuff. So if you enjoy it, think about subscribing as well, and join the BirdWatcher community. And, you could also just tap that like button. Hey, folks, if you're here already, go ahead and get that out of the way. Tapping the old like button. It helps out the channel as well. That's all the what do you call it? The boring stuff, right? Let's get to the info that matters. Today's ball game. Game 2 of 3 against Tampa. Kyle Bradish will be on the mound. He's got a record of 1-0, an ERA of just 1.75, an ERA of $1.05, or a whip of $1.05. We'll be facing Taj Bradley, who's only pitched 23 innings thus far, so I'm assuming he's made maybe 4 starts since joining the Rays rotation. He's got a record of 1-2. But the stats look pretty good. 3.13 ERA and a whip of under 1. So allowing less than 1 base runner per inning. That's pretty good. Hopefully we'll get to him today. Let's get to the lineups as well. I've already got the game up on the TV, so I don't have to worry about that. The Tampa Bay Rays. Oh, by the way, folks, we are now a minute away from your boy reaching the 3 a.m. hour local time. It's good to be with you at 3 o'clock in the morning. For these Saturday start times at 3 o'clock local in the morning for your boy, I like to call these games the I'll do it however the F I please game. I don't know if anybody's a fan of rounders, but I don't know. I'm here to just give you the best call I can in the middle of the night. Yeah. All right. So be prepared. Things might get a little weird, even by Baltimore standards. Your Rays lineup looks like this, if you're a Rays fan, I guess. Yandy Diaz will lead off and play first base. Brandon Lau will bat second and play second. Isaac Paredes will bat third and play third. Boy, they make this easy. You bat first, you play first. You bat second, you play second. You bat third, you play third. So I'm guessing whoever bats fourth plays fourth. Oh, no, it got broken up. Jonathan Aranda is the cleanup hitter, and he will DH. Randy Arozarena will be in left field batting fifth. Richie Palacios in right field hitting sixth. Jose Siri, who got ejected late in the ball game last night, will bat seventh and play center. Ben Rortvedt is the catcher hitting eighth, and Jose Caballero will be the shortstop batting ninth. for your Baltimore Orioles. Well, folks, this is the lineup a lot of you have been waiting for, okay? If it's offense you want, it's offense you've got. To me, for my money, with the roster we currently have, this is as strong as an offensive lineup as you can get. Now, I'll tell you why there's a cost, at least in my humble point of view, but perhaps it won't cost us at all, and perhaps this loaded up offense will carry us today with the bats. We've got Gunnar Henderson leading off playing short. Adley Rutschman will hit second and catch. Ryan O'Hearn, the DH, hitting third. Ryan Mountcastle at first base, the cleanup man. Anthony Santander will be out in right field. He'll bat fifth. Colton Cowser is in center field today, hitting sixth. Jordan Westberg, welcome back to the lineup. Just a couple of days missing. Boy, we missed you, buddy. Get back in there. He's at third base, hitting seventh. Kyle Stowers back in the lineup with a starting role. He'll be in left field, batting eighth. And finally, Jorge Mateo, who had that big 2-run double yesterday to basically win the ball game for us. He'll bat ninth and play second base. So, folks, what is unusual about the lineup? Well, no Cedric Mullins in center field, which for me is okay if Cowser can go over and cover center. But that also exposes left field here in Baltimore for us. And normally, if we don't have Mullins in center, we at least have Cowser in center and then Hayes in left. But it's going to be Stowers in left with Cowser in center. Now, I'm not saying, hey, this is a huge warning, like, oh no, red alert. First of all, Stowers is a better defender than Heston Kjerstad. I'm not nearly as troubled by the idea of Stowers in left field. But again, with Santander in right field, you got Cowser, who was a good center fielder. He's impressed me in center field. But does he have the range of a Cedric Mullins? I mean, range is what I'm talking about. Who can cover some ground? And it's all about covering that ground between center field and left field. There's so much space. With right field, I always feel like Mullins is always shading a little bit closer to Santander to help him out. And then with a guy like Hayes in the left, he does a pretty good job. He's not the speediest guy, but he always gets a good jump on the ball. And he's done well out there in left field for us as a defender. So that's my one little concern is our outfield defense. Cowser in center, Bradish in left, Stowers in left, and Santander in right. If it's on the road, I have much less of an issue with it, but maybe I put a little too much emphasis on it. But again, we've got a ballpark that's unique to any other ballpark in the majors. And having a rock-solid defense between left field and center field, for me, is one of the keys to taking advantage of our dimensions here at the ballpark. All right, folks, we're going to get started here in just a minute. Here is a announcement for those that might be new to watching here with the BirdWatcher. The best way to do it, if you do have the game on your TV and you want to follow along, first of all, have your sound down. But what you're going to want to do is get that remote in your hand, and as soon as the first out of the ball game is recorded, whether it be a strikeout, somebody's throwing out at first base on a ground ball, somebody pops out and the ball's caught, as soon as that out is recorded, pause your game, okay? And then allow me to catch up, make that call right here on the mic, and as soon as I do that, you unpause your game and you'll be all synced up for the remainder of the ball game, all right? So a little bit of work on your part, just for a minute or two, just getting ready for that first out to get recorded, but from then on, everything will be perfectly lined up, and we'll be ready to go. How you doing, Charm City chat? My friend, did you see John Boy cover Laz in our game with the Cards? He really called him out for what he said to St. Louis's man. Oh, is Laz Diaz getting back into it again? What's Laz up to? Kurt, how you doing, Kurt? Book Doc, welcome back. Just woke up and fell out of bed. Hey, it's the best way to get up. It's rise and shine. It's rise and then fall down and then shine or something. Card, welcome back. Folks, Card Crazed, along with Christina and Janet Hill, you might see in the Charm City chat. They got a blue name with a little wrench next to them. They're mods for the channel here. They'll be helping keeping Charm City chat nice and charming. They will be good to you. Book Duck says the O's lineup is silly. It is. I mean, I want some runs today. This is what I want to see. A lot of people out there are like, oh, I'm tired of seeing Mullins in the lineup. What's Urias doing in there? Why is Hayes batting? Why is McCann in the lineup? Well, guess what? All four of those guys are your bench players today. There can't be any complaining about today's lineup unless you're like me and you emphasize defense as much as you do offense. Otherwise, this lineup is as stacked as you can ask for. How you doing there, Baxter? Hey, Ryan. Oh, boy. Christina. There's Christina. How you doing? Daniel, David in France. How you doing? Got that polo shirt tonight. Folks, I am stretching my laundry. I only go out and do my laundry once a month. I go to a location where I also go out and pay my rent. And they got a facility there. There's a one washer and dryer shared by the whole building here, and it ain't the best, and I do a terrible job at it, so I get it taken care of at a place down the street. Okay, folks, here we go. Start of the ball game right now. First pitch of the game is outside from Bradish, 97-mile-an-hour fastball to Diaz. Yandy Diaz comes in batting .243, 4 homers, 25 driven in. A lot of Rays that you know with numbers that are not so good. This is a comebacker on one hop to Bradish, picks up the baseball and throws it to Mountie for out number 1. Easy as you like, a comebacker to the pitcher. 1 out, 26 to go. Again, your Oriole defense from left to right. Stowers, Cowser in center, Santander in right, third to first, Westberg at third, Gunner at short, Mateo at second, Mountie at first. You got Adley behind the plate. And, of course, Bradish on the mound. I got a few other announcements I need to make, but I'll save it for the next half inning. I'm just saying that out loud in order to remind myself. How you doing there, Shantae? Foxy, what up? Gerald, welcome in. All right, Brandon Lau at the plate. And the first pitch to him is a curveball inside for ball 1. Lau's another one of these hitters from the Rays you might remember. He's been around for a few years, been a pretty good piece of their offense, but he's had some injuries, and he's only hitting a .170. This one's high, 2-0. Left-handed batter with a lot of power. I believe he's got a 35 home run season in him already, which for a second baseman is very nice. Next pitch is a called strike, bottom of the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike on Lau. 1 shower per month, too. David, no, that's only twice a year. 2 baths a year. This one's hit hard on the ground and past the diving Mateo into right field for a 1-out single. Brandon Lau is on base. First base runner for the Rays. Sure you can, Book Doc. Sure you can. I'm not going to stop you. That ball was hit 100 miles an hour off the bat. Isaac Paredes. This is the only guy in the Rays lineup that's either matching or sort of doing better than expected. He takes a first pitch strike. He's hitting .294. Double-digit homers. Leads the team in RBI. Leads the team in just about every offensive category. 0-1 pitch is top of the zone for strike 2. Paredes with a little shake of the head. Now he knows where the top of the zone is. 0-2. And the pitch. That one's lined up the middle, a base hit. Left side of the middle, I guess I should say. Past Gunnar Henderson. And Brandon Lau's going to go first to third. So just like that, back-to-back hits. And the Rays are threatening the score here on the top of the first. First and third, only one out. Oh, boy. Jonathan Aranda is up next. But it's at this point of the lineup on down where you really hope that our pitching can dominate some of these not too impressive stat lines from these hitters. First pitch to Aranda's hit to left field. It's going to slice out of play. No balls, one strike. Aranda batting .214. Bradish in his first 5 starts has not allowed a run in the first. That's famous last words. Why tell us that stat? Why am I repeating it? This pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tell me that stat after we get out of this jam. Book Duck says double play because Mateo. Hey, let's get a ground ball. That's how you start one. Traditionally. There's a breaking ball fouled at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. All right. Come on. Either a strikeout or a ground ball double play. Let's go. You're Kyle frickin' Bradish. Show them what you got. 1-2 is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I've got my coffee here. I can already feel my throat getting a little scratchy. But don't worry. I'm just waking up. I went to bed about 8 o'clock, 8:30 p.m. my time. There's a called strike 3. Top of the zone on the inside edge. And Aranda is shaking his head. Boy, I tell you what, these Rays batters are not happy with the strike zone so far in this series. Like I said, Jose Siri last night, he got tossed. And there were definitely some balls and strikes that went against the Rays last night. Here's Randy Arozarena, 2 down now. First pitch is a slider, a little bit off the outside for ball 1. Arozarena, I mean, he has been the poster boy for underachieving. 158 batting average. This guy's been an all-star. 1-0 pitch is swung on and tapped foul at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Book Doc has got a scratchy beer. Make sure there's no shards of glass in that beer, Book Doc. Take a look at the bottle. Make sure. All right, the 1-1 to Arozarena is a fastball that Adley had to stab out of the air. A pitch about 6 feet off the ground. Two balls and 1 strike. To Arozarena, the pitch catches the top of the zone on the outside corner. Same pitch he struck out the last batter on. This one maybe even a little bit farther out of the zone. And now the count is 2-2. And I can tell already the Rays are feeling frustrated. Good. The pitch. Called strike 3. And there is no doubt about that one. Arozarena is frozen as Bradish gets out of that jam. First and third, only 1 out. No problem. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Tampa Bay 0 and the Orioles coming to bat. How you doing? Hey, how's the microphone sounding tonight, folks? And then we'll do a lag check while we're at it. I'll tell you what. Tell me how I sound. And, something along the lines of BW, you sound silky smooth. Tell you what, you got the voice of an angel. But at the same time, do me a favor. Type in this number as soon as you hear it. Let me get a look at the lag tonight. I think it's okay. I'll say a number. Type it in really quick. Here we go. The number is 5. That's right, folks. 5. Cinco. Cinco. All right. Not too shabby. Well, maybe a little shabby for a couple of you. All right. Only a few tests. Folks, if you're just getting your 5 in now, might be an issue on your end. It's a bit of a light crowd here so far. We've got about 5 dozen or so people here. Folks, let's go ahead. Again, we're just getting started. We're in a commercial break. Let's just go ahead and get the like thing out the way. Only 19 at the moment, with over 60 of you here. I mean, folks, I'm sure there's 19 of you in chat right now following along. I don't mean to tell you everything to do. You're your own person. But again, and also, just as a reminder, we will be going to the sub-screen today simply because when we get into a rally, that's what we do. It's given us plenty of good luck, and it's just a way to be avoiding spoilers. But, folks, I'm not going to shill for them today. First pitch to Gunnar Henderson is inside for ball 1 because everybody in my chat right now who subbed up, you deserve it. You deserve a day off. So do I. Taz Bradley's next pitch is low and in. 2-0 on Gunnar. Leading it off here in the bottom of the first. In fact, I should probably go ahead and bring up my YouTube page now because I got a feeling we're going to get in a rally early on this one. 2-0 pitch is hit on the ground. Second baseman's got it. And over to first in time. Gunnar retired on 3 pitches, 1 away in the bottom of the first. This is just going to be on standby. It's just on standby, folks. I'm not talking about it. I'm just I got it on standby. Okay, it's on standby. All right. And also, yeah, speaking of which, now that I've reached the number of people to here's Adley, and he swings at the first pitch, base hit past the diving glove of the shortstop into left center for a 1-out single. Adley Rutschman, 100 miles an hour off the bat. His average now up to an even 300. And I've already forgotten what I was going to say. What was it? Oh, well, must not have been that important. Could probably wait for later. Ryan O'Hearn is at the plate here, hitting .264, 7 homers, 18 driven in. And the first pitch to him is low. Boy, I tell you, the one strange thing about this, one strange thing about this Orioles lineup, your 3-4 hitters, at least lately, O'Hearn and Mountcastle, great hitters to have in your lineup. 1-0 pitch is a check swing. He went around 1-1. O'Hearn with a 1-1 count. Runner at first, 1 out. Bottom of the first, no score. But O'Hearn and Mountcastle, their RBI totals, not the sort of totals you would expect from a 3-4 hitter combo and an offense this good. They're like 6th and 7th in RBIs. There's a called strike near the top of the zone. In fact, I think O'Hearn might be even lower. Yeah, O'Hearn has less than Mullins, who's not in the lineup today, with only 17. But there they are. All right, 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul at the plate. Just got a piece to stay alive. So what was that talk before about one of our favorite umpires, Laz Diaz? Somebody was mentioning him earlier, but I didn't understand the context. Okay, 1-2 to O'Hearn's. A breaking ball catches the top of the zone, but Bradley doesn't get the call. Man, I got to tell you, Tampa really has gotten the short end of the stick on balls and strikes through one game and Not even 1 inning. Tell you what, if we start getting calls like that, we're in trouble. 2-2. Lifted in the air, center field. Should be an easy play out there for Siri. It is. Couple steps to his right, makes the catch. 2 down, Adley back to first base. Yes, my friend. Oh, John Boy read his lips and he was making fun of Nootbaar's average. Okay, I'll have to go look at that one. I normally catch the John Boy clips, particularly the what do you call it? The lip syncing ones. Ryan Mountcastle at the plate here. 2 down, runner at first. First pitch is high for ball 1. Mounty comes in batting .287. He's really been picking the average up here about a week or so now. Going opposite field a lot. The 1-0 is swung on and hit in the air, center field and deep. Going back is Siri. He's at the wall, and it's over his glove and over the wall. Bye, birdie! Ryan Mountcastle gets the party started here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Baltimore with a 2-run bomb, his 7th of the season, and the Orioles have taken a 2-0 lead here in the first. Get some Mountie. The crowd loves it. High fives down the dugout. Ryan Mountcastle, a 2-out, 2-run jack. Instant offense. Get yourself a drink from that Homer hose, son. You've earned it. Mountie and Adley taking a double dip from the hose. Hey, David in France. $1 for a dinger. Yeah, that ball just snuck over the glove of Siri in front of the bleachers in right center. Here's Santander. First pitch is swung on and missed. My friend got a cold beer already. Here's Anthony Santander with an 0-2 count. This one is hit in the air down the right field line. It's high, and it is fair! Bye, birdie! Back-to-back jacks. Tony Tater's another. His 10th of the season. Make it 3-0. Get some taters in the chat, folks. How did that happen without a tater? Now on, we should leave him out of the chat until he does it. Well, he just did it there. Another $1, another dinger. David, you better go break a 20. You're going to need some singles today, my friend. I told you this offense is ready to explode. The Orioles, a couple of home runs, back-to-back, 3-0. Here's Cowser now. Let's get some frickin' milkmen in here. All right. That's the kind of start I'm talking about. Next pitch to Cowser is fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Boy, Santander, I don't know how he turned on that pitch. Low and in, and able to keep it fair. Right down the right field line onto the flag court. That's right, David. Make it rain today. Make it rain, would you? This pitch is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. David's treating Charm City chat like that little part of Grand Theft Auto when you go into a dancing house. You're just throwing money around. Popping the champagne. David will be going to the champagne room later. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 out. Colton Cowser at the plate and a swing and a miss. Bradley strikes out Cowser to win the inning. But hey, folks, are you awake? I know I am. The Orioles have jumped out on front with a pair of home runs with 2 out, back-to-back. Ryan Mountcastle, a 2-run shot to right center. Anthony Santander kept one on the flag court just inside the foul pole. And the Orioles, after one, lead it 3-0. Get some. Folks, do I deliver or what? I'm a deliverer. You see, so far, 3 runs early. Didn't even go to the subscreen page. No talk of the hat. We're just going to have a nice, relaxing Saturday afternoon of baseball. And again, you guys have earned it. We're going to relax. Maybe check out some out-of-town scores here in a bit. What else is on your mind? Oh, here's the thing I wanted to talk about. Folks, right now, my computer, I know a lot of you out there are rooting for your boy to get a brand new chair. And I tell you right now, I can't wait to get a chair that is modern, that, meets the minimal requirements of modern comfort. Not this torture device thing I got going on here. But I've got some bad news for you. The chair is going to have to wait because I'm going to have to invest in a whole new laptop first. It's become abundantly clear here. I'm working with an AC power cord that is on its last legs. The wire has now been frayed after having to sort of rig it in a way to get a connection and power up my laptop and maintain power throughout long stretches of streaming like this. Right now, it is in a point where I'm afraid to touch the laptop. It's not moving. Normally, this laptop is for everything. If I'm not streaming, it's sitting over here next to me while I'm playing video games and I'm listening to music or doing whatever, or I take it out on the balcony with me. So I move it all around. But fact of the matter is, by the way, first pitch here to Richie Palacios is high for ball 1. Fact of the matter is, I need a backup laptop anyway doing something like this in case there's an issue. So I got to go out there and get another laptop. This ball is hit hard, right side and foul. The other thing is, this laptop, in terms of the sort of memory and size of capability, it's pretty much stretched out to the max. With a little upgrade on the laptop, I'll be able to maybe give you guys some graphics you can look at and whatnot. This one's hitting the left center, and that's going to get down for a leadoff single. Palacios responds after the Rays gave up 3 runs with a leadoff single here in the top of the second. So, yeah, that's what I'll be doing. And the other thing is I need to do the right thing and find the right computer. Unfortunately, this most recent one. Hey, Book Doc, thanks for the super chat. Not sure what it's for, but it's always appreciated. Maybe $1 for a dinger? $1 for a back-to-back? Jose Siri at the plate. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Siri's hitting 185. Oh, you got paid. Book Doc. That's right. It's making it rain. 1-0 is a called strike. 1-1 on series, hitting 185. And the next pitch is on the on the bottom of the zone, middle of the plate. Strike 2. Yeah, so if anybody's got any, I don't know if anyone out there is a live streamer, got any experience. I'm trying to find that perfect laptop to fit my needs on a budget. This one is outside, 2-2 on Siri. 1 on, nobody out. Robert says, hi, BW. Wanted to give you a like watching the game live down here in South Florida. All right, Robert. Thank you for saying hello, and good to have you. That Pup Chase says, can you please draw me a picture? Of what? I'm not sure. Is it safe for work? 2-2 the count now on Siri. The pitch is called strike 3. And Siri, after last night, boy, Siri is just fed up. He put his fingers to his eyes and that whole, I can't. It's just like, I can't even argue. What am I supposed to do? My last at bat ended with me getting tossed, and now I've gotten called out on strikes with the same pitch that annoyed me last night. I'm sorry, Siri. Siri, find me a support group. William Crawford, a $5 super chat. Use this toward it. What toward what? The laptop or the chair? Rortvet is at the plate, and here's a check on the runner who's back in with a slide. There's one out, a runner at first, top of the second. The Orioles ahead 3-0. Thank you so much, William. Boy, I hope it doesn't sound like when I bring up stuff that involves, things I got to purchase that I'm, again, it's all going towards that. Believe me, there's a called strike 1-1 on Rortvet. But this is something I need to do regardless of what my situation is. If there's one thing that I need, no matter where I'm at in life, it's a working laptop because that's where my livelihood is. 99% chance I'm going to make money somehow off of a computer. So I need a computer. This is a foul ball hit to the left side down the corner there. Stowers gave it a look. But a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Rortvet, who's hitting .248. Runner at first, 1 down. Chair before chair. Now I'm confused. Oh, yeah. Did we all miss Heaven's birthday? We can tell you what. I'll celebrate her birthday in about another 10 years. Oh, boy. 2-2 the count on Rortvet. Bradish holding the ball. Now the pitch, and this one's high. Full count. Runner at first. 1 out. What do we want, a strikeout or a double play? What are you in the mood for? What's on the menu this evening? Check on the runner. I believe that's the second disengagement of this at-bat. So with a full count and a couple of checks, I'm assuming Palacios going to be taken off here on this pitch. There he goes. The pitch is hit on the ground and through the right side. It's a hit and run that works to perfection for the Rays. First and third now, 1 out. Same situation as the first inning. Well, back to getting out of a jam again. Boy, that ball just snuck past Mateo's glove. It feels like if he would have stretched out fully rather than going into he sort of angled his body with the glove to try and do that sort of, how do you describe it? Like a spin on the ground, and so he could pop up and maybe go to second. But I feel like if he just did a full lunge, he would have at least kept the ball in the infield and kept the lead runner at second base. It's a minor criticism. Mateo tried to do his best. Caballero takes ball 1. First and third, 1 out. Top of the second. Pitch is off the plate outside, 2-0. I don't have my TV hooked up in my room also. This is how I watch the game now. This is it. Dave prefers it like this. Double play, Christina. Let's hope so. We got a 2-0 count. This one's hit hard on the ground and through on the left side. A base hit. A run is in. The Rays score the first run of the ball game. And more hits. Bradish, 5 hits through 1 1/3 innings. I mean, he is lucky to have only given up 1 run at this point. What's going on with Bradish today? 5 hits already. He's only gotten 4 outs. And Drew French is out to have a chat. Back to the top of the order for the Rays. They are still set up, the Orioles, for maybe a double play ball to get them out of the inning. But right now, you got Lau and Paredes due up after Diaz. It's a big out coming up here. You'd love to get 2, but you got to make sure to get 1 and not allow another base runner, or things could really get out of hand here. When did players start wearing so much bling during the games? David, it's just been a gradual build-up, you know? I mean, I took several years off from watching baseball every day to cover Premier League football. And as soon as I got back into it, it was a noticeable leap. But I feel like if I just watched it over time, it wouldn't have been as noticeable. First pitch to Diaz is a breaking ball for a called strike. Diaz 0 for 1. As we go through the Rays lineup a second time, we're only in the second inning, 1 out. Oh, 0-1 pitch is hit right field. Backing up on it is Santander. He fakes with the glove up. It's off the scoreboard. This is going to score a couple of runs. Santander has trouble with it, and that's going to allow the runner to go all the way to third. My goodness. The Rays have tied up the game just like that with the go-ahead run 90 feet away and only 1 out. That's the first triple of the season for Yandy Diaz. Yikes. We've got a 3-3 ball game, and just like that. Well, I did make mention of the potential for a relaxing Saturday affair. Well, that lasted all of about 3.5 minutes. Here's Brandon Lau. First pitch is swung on and fouled off to the right. I mean, come on, Bradish. We finally get some early runs for our starter. The infield is in. 0-1 pitch is hit on the ground and foul again. Yeah, that is 6 hits. The 6th hit being a bases clearing triple. And Bradish has 1 out. I mean, damn. I might need a carton of Luckies tonight. Here's one low and in. A ball and 2 strikes on Lau. So important to get him out here somehow and keep that go-ahead run at third. I know it's been a tough pill to swallow, taking that 3-0 lead and watch it evaporate in moments. But right now, we got to look at it as, hey, we'll just start from scratch here and try to be the better team for the remaining 7 innings of this game. This one's fouled away. Still 1-2 on Lau. Yeah, James, it's not a good feeling. Bradish is about to throw his 43rd pitch. And he got a swing and a miss for the second out of the inning. A wicked slider low and in, impossible to hit. I mean, you either lay off of it and it's a ball, or you chase it and you're going back to the dugout. Those are your options. All right, folks, one more big out to get. That go-ahead run still 90 feet away, 2 down, and here's Isaac Paredes. First pitch to him is a called strike, and once again, Bradish is getting the top of the zone with an extra inch or 2 on top. It's like the umps are adding a little bit of foam to his latte. If you get my drift. This one is off the plate, 1-1 the count. How you doing, Steph? Yeah, that the movement on that slider between the velocity and the late movement and the as much as it moves. 1-1. That one's a breaking ball. 87. I mean, that is nasty. How do you have a pitch move that much at 87 miles an hour? 1 ball and 2 strikes on Paredes. 2 down here in the top of the second. The Orioles had 3 runs in the bottom of the first. Tampa matched it with 3 here, and we're trying to keep it there as this one's high, 2-2. Oof. Jonathan Aranda is on deck. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Way high. Way high. All right. Runner at third isn't going to exactly take off with the pitch with a full count, 2 out. I mean, he's going to either score or go back to the dugout. What's the deal? We'll see. Payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled back off to the right. Well, I can see over here out of the corner of my eye that good news and bad news. The bad news is I have an understanding before it happened of what's going to happen. The good news is I like what's going to happen. Payoff pitch is called strike 3 on a nasty 97-mile-an-hour pitch with a little tailing action on the outside corner. And Bradish ends the inning. But 3 runs on a platter, and that platter is now empty. 3 runs given back. We go to the bottom of the second. We're tied at 3. Whew. All right, folks. Let's just start over, I guess. Hi, Kiba. Hut. The bad news is Yankee fans exist. We got ourselves a whole brand new ball game. Well, you know what that means. Again, folks, like I said, this is the lineup you want in terms of offense. So let's see. We got bottom of the order coming up, but I ask you for a better bottom of the order than Jordan Westburg, Kyle Stowers, and Jorge Mateo. I mean, that is a bottom of the order. You got a guy who hits for average like Westburg, really knows how to cover the plate, can hit with 2 strikes. That whole shebang can kind of be a leadoff man for you. Then you got the power of Stowers, left-handed bat. And then you throw in Mateo with his speed and some clutch hitting ability. I mean, that's the bottom of our order. You guys get what I'm saying? Westburg could be hitting 3rd on some teams. Stowers could be hitting maybe 5th. And Mateo probably hitting top of the lineup. You think I'm wrong? Come at me. Oh, William, if only. We'll try. We'll try to bring in Mendick at the deadline. You know, sometimes you really got to work the deadline really, really hard. And if it comes down to it, if our backs are against the wall, we might need some Mendick. Oh, wait, how did that come out? Jordan Westburg takes a called strike on the outside corner to begin the bottom of the second. Westie's batting .291, 8 homers, 34 driven in. Catch me outside. How about that? This one's outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Nice to have Westburg back in the lineup after he had that pitch hit him on the lower wrist or lower hand, whatever you want to call it, upper wrist, lower hand. This pitch is low, 2-1 the count. For the stretch run. Oh, boy. It's a long season. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count on Westy. Hey, when the season is long. Oh, boy. 2-2 count. Pitch. This one is hit hard and deep. Center field backing up Siri again. He's out of room. Bye, Birdie. Welcome back to the lineup, Mr. Westberg. You have been missed. His 9th home run of the season. The Orioles' 3rd of the day already, and we've got the lead right back. The bats are going bananas. It's June. We've got the June bug. Home runs are flying. Jordan Westberg, number 9. And David is running out of cash. 4-3 Baltimore as Stowers fouls one back behind the plate. Get some. David, thank you. David, don't worry about giving me all these dollars. It's just like back in the day when I used to kick your butt at poker head to head. Oh, I'm just kidding. I think it was a tie between us. I think we tied. Stowers fouls one back and the count is 0-2. Folks, David here. He's a decent poker player. Actually, he taught me everything I know. What am I going to tell you? Stowers is batting .389 in limited action. That's right, Hold'em. Texas Hold'em. I know. We were roommates back in the 2000s, back during the height of Texas Hold'em frenzy. And yeah, we were our own version of rounders. David was more the Matt Damon type, and I was more the Edward Norton type. 1-2 the pitch, and this one is fouled off to the right. Gonna give away how old we are. Well, I mean, all I gotta say is we're roommates. That basically tells people we're around the same age, and people know my age, so sorry for doxing you, David. As Stowers takes a called strike 3 on a pitch low and in the zone. That has some nasty tailing action on that pitch from Bradley. Like a two-seam fastball. That's right, Edward Norton, an Oriole fan. Also has a reputation for being a bit of a jerk. But hey, it happens. I mean, if you're just a jerk, that's fine, I guess. As long as you're not, like, actively ruining people's lives like a lot of other people in Hollywood tend to do. This one to Mateo is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's right, your boy the BirdWatcher giving you his Hollywood report. We are in the bottom of the second. 1 out and a 1-1 count to Mateo. And it's low and away. 2-1. Welcome in, Matt. Boy, have you missed a lot of action. I mean, where do we begin? 2-1. Hit on the ground, right side. Coming in as a second baseman, Lau. He's got it over to first in time. Mateo retired 2 away, back to the top of the order. Fagana. Are we already going through the order for the 3rd time? No. All right, 2nd time through. Now, how do we already have 4 runs on the board, and we're just now going through the order a 2nd time when the Rays are already well into the... I don't know. What happened? Here we go. Gunnar Henderson. First pitch is fouled off to the left. Up there hacking again is Gunnar. It's been pretty much 3 results for Gunnar lately. Extra base hit, walk, or strikeout. 0-1 pitch is hit off the back foot of the pitcher, and that's going to take a giant bounce in the air toward third, which will allow Gunnar to reach easily on an infield single. So like I said, extra base hit, strikeout, walk, or hit a pitch off the pitcher's foot and get an infield single. Those are the ways. Yep, Matt, we've just gotten ahead after we were ahead 3-0. Tampa came back to tie it. So hopefully, Matt, now that you're here, we're ahead to stay. Adley Rutschman in here. Taking a pitch in the dirt. Catcher tosses off the helmet. Thinking Gunnar might take off there, but he didn't. 1-0 the count on Adley, who's already got a hit today. His average at an even 300. I want to see him climb back up the leaderboard there in batting average. 1-0 is inside 1-1. Or excuse me, 2-0. If it's 1-0 and it's a ball, Steve, that would make it 2-0. Coffee? Anyone? Maybe a lucky? You know we've had a lot of activity in a game if it's still the second inning, and I'm thinking about a lucky strike. Here's a called strike. Top of the zone to Gunner, or to Adley. Oh, God. Sorry, just headbutting my microphone. Don't worry about me, folks. I'll be fine. It's only 3:51 a.m. The pitch is just off the plate outside. 3-1 to Rutschman. Gunner is 7 for 7 in stolen base attempts so far this season. Double espresso. Maybe. Oh, you know what I got? There's ball 4. So Rutschman draws a 2-out walk. That pushes Gunner into scoring position. And here comes Ryan O'Hearn. And also here comes pitching coach to have a chat with Taj Bradley. Folks, I forgot. Hold on a sec. All right, let me heat up a little bit of this. Add a little bit of hot water to this. What happened? All right. That's right. Your boy has got a snack tonight. A couple of cookies. A couple of double chocolate chip cookies to go with his coffee. So once I snack on this, I should be flying off the walls for about 2 innings before I crash hard around the 5th inning, I guess. All right, here we go. Ryan O'Hearn at the plate after that meeting on the mound. First pitch to him is a breaking ball for a called strike, top of the zone. 2 down, runners at first and second. The Orioles have regained the lead on a solo homer by Jordan Westberg. Looking for more with Gunner and Adley on the bases. The pitch is popped up. That'll likely end the inning as Arozarena sprints in that giant left field and makes the catch. But the Orioles, courtesy of Jordan Westberg, go west, young man. Home run number 9, folks. He's going to be in the 25 home run range, knocking on the door of 30 if he just ups his average home runs totals just a touch. 9 through a third of the season. Uh-oh. Got my all right. And just a reminder, folks, once again, this is a BirdWatcher Member Appreciation Day. A big thank you to everybody who has signed up to this channel over the course of the last 2 months. Finding my channel, giving it a chance, sticking around. It's been amazing. I really can't thank you enough. So the one thing I can do to repay the favor, at least for now, is to say, hey, for folks that would like to join, that offer's out there. And that's all I'll say. And also, by the way, now that I'm able to post ads, no ads. Not yet. And no ads tomorrow either. In fact, I'm not even in a giant hurry to put ads on this channel. It's more important to me to grow this channel with the people. Because to be perfectly honest with you folks, the kind of earnings a channel like this would get with the followers it has right now, it's going to definitely help me get by, but it's definitely not something you can just flat out live off of. So, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and put ads on and right out of the gate. I'm going to wait a little bit. I want to do some research on this thing because I don't want to make ads an issue. As far as I don't want them to be too frequent. I want them to be able to where you can skip out of them after a couple of seconds. All right, here we go. Top of the third, Aranda at the plate. First pitch was a strike, and the next one is high. 1-1 the count. Like just an hour before going on stream tonight, when I got up, I saw a 4-minute clip of Don Zimmer back when he was managing the Cubs in '89, getting into a 4-minute argument with the umpire. Here's a swing and a miss. 1-2 the count on Aranda, leading off the top of the third. 4-3 Orioles. And yeah, it was a classic clip of Zimmer barking at the ump back and forth. But they made me sit through a 20-second ad that I couldn't even skip out of before the thing even started. I'm like, you mean to tell me for a 4-minute clip, I got to sit through an ad like I'm watching an episode of Seinfeld in 1994? No way. I did it. But I guess this is all to say. I won't do that to you guys. This ball is swung on, and the base runner, or the batter, I guess, Aranda, went down to first as if he missed the ball and it was a wild pitch, and he just took first. And apparently that's what happened. Okay. Let's look at this again. Yeah, wild pitch. It actually bounces off the plate. That's why it went so far away. And since the batter swung and missed on what would have been strike three, he just took first base without a chance to throw him out. So runner at first, nobody out. Strange way for the Rays to bring the tying run on base. Arozarena pops it up in foul ground where Adley Rutschman, just a step away from the railing, makes the catch. Man, that's when you know you're struggling. You pop out to the catcher with just a foot to spare. Man, Arozarena is in a massive funk. One down here in the top of the third. A BW bobblehead? You know, I should get a bobblehead because I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'll get into moods where I'm just sort of like rocking back and forth like this. I've seen it on some of my replays, and honestly, it's a little concerning for me. I'm really not quite sure why I kind of rock in place. It feels like the kind of thing that's only going to get more pronounced with age. But yeah. I don't know what that's all about. Palacios has an 0-1 count, and the next pitch is upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Here in the top of the third, the Orioles with a 4-3 lead. Offense aplenty here in Game 2. The Orioles trying to secure a series win with a victory today. The Rays trying to even it up. This ball's hit off the third baseman. Nice recovery. Westberg to first in time. Jordan Westberg. Even when he doesn't pick it cleanly, he's got so much awareness and wherewithal. I mean, the dude is just made for baseball, Jordan Westberg. Third base is yours, my friend. It's yours. We'll figure out where to put Mayo at some point. I'm done moving him around. 2 down. Here's Siri. He takes a called strike at the top of the zone. Runner at second base now. So a base hit would tie the ball game. Bradish about to throw his 60th pitch, and we're only in the third inning. So pitch count, which wasn't an issue in his last start, which produced his best start of the season. Well, it's an issue again today. 60 pitches already, a 1-1 count on Siri. 2 out here in the third. The pitch. That one's lined, and it's going to get down for a hit. That'll tie the ball game. Runner around third with 2 down. Whoa, it's a close play. Wow. Aranda, I just assumed, would be able to score easily with 2 down from second on a ground ball to right field. But Anthony Santander came up with a nice cannon throw. Accurate throw. Rutschman darn near got the slap tag down. I mean, folks, that was close. The runner is definitely safe. But, man, that was a lot closer than I gave it credit for. And the Rays have tied up the ball game again, folks. So here we go. I mean, it's like watching one of those, what do you call those meters that rock back and forth to time yourself playing the piano. What do you call those? It's like a reverse pendulum. What do you call those things? Somebody help me out. I feel stupid. It's like something-ometer. It's a something-ometer. There's one low. Ball 2 to Ben Rortvet. Metronome. Thank you, the man. Thank you. That's where Thunderdome is. It's right next to Thunderdome. 2 men enter, 1 man leave. All right, now everybody knows. Everybody but me. I couldn't think of the word. It's 4:02 a.m. Give me a break. 3-0 the count on Rortvet. All right, come on. This is not a great start for Bradish. It has to be said. But, man, we got to keep this game either tied or us in the lead. No more giving the lead away. Well, he's just given a walk away. Oh, man. Ben Rortvet draws a 2-out walk. Go-ahead run now at second base. Drew French out for another chat. He is wearing out a dirt path between the dugout and the pitcher's mound. Excuse me. That's part of my Harry Carey impression. Bradish had 31 pitches in the second inning, 19 in the first, 15 so far here. I want this inning to hurry up and end so I can attack one of these cookies while the coffee's still hot. All right, well, we do have the Rays' number 9 hitter coming up to the plate. So I say don't mess around. Don't fall behind in the count. Don't get cute. Go after this guy. Just don't give him one up and out over the plate. Get it in on the hands. Keep it low and away. Come on, Bradish. Here we go. First pitch to Caballero is high. Oh, my God, they gave him that strike. Caballero turns around and says something. I can't blame him. Honestly. And now the umpire is getting some words from the dugout. Folks, this is bound to explode at some point. I'm telling you, and here comes the manager out of the dugout. He's going to get tossed. He's going to get tossed. In fact, he may already have been. Up in the face of the umpire is the Rays manager. And, folks, you could see this coming, especially after yesterday's game. Different home plate umpire, obviously, than last night, but same results. And the Rays are feeling shortchanged here. Well, we'll see what that does. Kevin Cash is out of the ballgame. All right, 0-1 coming to Caballero now. And it's low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sean Finns, how you doing? 1-1 count on Caballero. The pitch is hit in the air and foul off to the right. 2 strikes. Come on. 1 more strike, Bradish. I mean, it's going to be tough to get through 5 innings. 69th pitch coming up here in the 3rd. That is 23 pitches per inning. And that's only if this next pitch gets us out of the inning. At minimum, 23 pitches per inning from Bradish. Here it is. Breaking ball. Oh, my. Bradish this time expecting the call, because that's the same call that's been a strike all day that Tampa's not been happy with. This umpire is doing the worst, which is not only making bad calls, but also not being consistent. 2-2. Breaking ball low and away, and now the count is full. Here we go, folks. There's going to be wheels in motion. Full count, 2 down, runners at first and second, tie ball game, top of the 3rd. And Caballero asks for time. And the Orioles are now getting people loose in the bullpen. No one's actually throwing yet, but guys are doing some warm-ups, doing some leg kicks, some knee bends. Pitch number 71 from Bradish, the payoff. And that ball is way high. I mean, over the eyeballs of the batter. And Kyle Bradish just does not have it today. Hyde is back on the phone, probably saying, give me the first guy you got that's ready. We're back to the top of the order for the 3rd time here in the 3rd inning. And, folks, this is as maxed out as it gets. We're somehow tied in a ball game that Tampa could easily be way out in front of. Want to know the count here on Yandy Diaz. The next pitch. Up and in, ball 2. The 2-0. High, ball 3. Jacob Webb is getting loose. The pitch. There's a called strike. 3-1 the count. But now it's a very dangerous count to throw anything in the zone. But you got to throw in the zone. Here we go. 3-1. Upstairs, ball 4. Bradish walks in the go-ahead run. Just something you can't do. Hey, folks, no one's going to sit here and say Kyle Bradish is garbage. Hopefully no Oriole fans are that fickle, but, man, he just doesn't have it today. Just doesn't have it today. I mean, ain't nothing going to tell you more than a bases-loaded walk to cough up a lead, or at least a tie in this case. Here's Hyde now. This looks like the end of the day for Bradish. Not able to get through 3 innings. He hands off the baseball. Folks, this is going to be tough because we don't have a long man anymore. We don't. He's in the rotation now, Albert Suarez. We're in a situation right now, folks, that we have not been in, and I know this is going to, folks, what do you call it? trauma alert, okay? Trauma alert. If you don't like to be traumatized, or trigger warning, I guess is the expression. We haven't been in a situation like the one we're about to go through right now since the second game of the playoff series against the Rangers last year when Grayson got rocked early and we went to the pen and we never went to a long man. In that game we had one, Kyle Gibson, but we didn't go to him. We just kept going to one middle reliever after another for like 6+ innings, and it did not work. The problem is when you don't have a long man. I mean, sometimes you bring in your long man, and your long man stinks it up, and now it's a blowout and the game's over. Fine. He can still hang in there and mop up and eat innings and throw pitches. But when you're counting on these middle relievers, and they're all going to have to get in the game, you need all of them to not blow it, right? If you get one bad egg in there, boy. And then the other thing is how it affects the bullpen going forward for the next several days. Everyone's going to be getting used here today. Maybe one person will purposefully be left out. Maybe somebody who pitched last night. But here we go. Jacob Webb on in the third inning to try to get the final out, with the Rays now ahead again, 5-4. I say ahead again. This is the first time they've been winning. They tied it, then they tied it again, and now they've taken the lead. Jacob Webb has inherited 8 runners so far this season. He's stranded 6 of them. Well, he's inherited 3 more right here. First pitch is off the plate outside to Brandon Lau. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch. Hit in the air, left field. A long run for Stowers, and he'll make the catch. Not the perfect angle going after the ball, but he made up for it. He was in the area. He got there. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. So Kyle Bradish, my goodness, not his best start by any means. The Rays come back and take the lead 5-4. As we go to the bottom of the third. This game's not even a third over. Oh, my God. It's 4:15 in the morning. I need a lucky. Forget the cookie. I need a lucky. That's the real cookie. It's a cookie for adults. Ugh. I tell you what. Out of town scores. You want some? Here they are. The Pirates ahead 6-1 over the Blue Jays. That's in the 8th inning. Arizona with a 4-0 lead on the Mets. That's in the 3rd. Boy, I tell you what, I was planning on sending people over to that game, but this game is already dragging on, so we'll see. 3-1 White Sox over the Brewers in the 4th. 3-1 Red Sox over the Tigers in the 5th. Houston 4-0 over the Twins. That's at the end of 4. Oakland with an 8-3 lead on Atlanta in the 4th inning. Padres up 5-3 on the Royals. That's in the 4th. Also in the 4th, Rangers shutting out the Marlins 4-0. It's a 3-2 lead for the Guardians over the Nats in the 4th. And coming up later tonight, Angels at Mariners, Reds at Cubs, Cardinals at Phillies, Yankees at Giants, and Rockies at the Dodgers. All right, you're all caught up. Yeah, it may not be long before Cade Povich gets a look in some form or fashion. He really is the only arm in AAA that I can see that actually might have a chance of some amount of success in the bigs. I don't think any, like Armbruster, I don't think any of those other younger arms down there, Zimmerman, I'm not really fond of. All right, Mountcastle to lead things off. Of course, Mountie went deep his first time up. That started the scoring. with a 2-run homer to center field back in the first. This one's fouled at the plate, and the count 1-1. I don't know what the temperature is in downtown Baltimore, but by looking at the sky, I can tell it's a beautiful day. Not too hot, not too cold. This pitch is low and away. 2 balls and a strike on Mountcastle. Let who know? I'm sorry. James, you're saying a lot. Bring up somebody from the minors to replace him and let him know that that's not acceptable. Who are you talking about, James? Who do you want replaced by a minor league pitcher? Because if you say Kyle Bradish, I don't know if I have enough energy to laugh as hard as I should at such a suggestion. The full count pitch to Mountcastle is way up and in. Yeah, James, lay off the bath salts, dude. Bradish comes in today with an ERA of $1.75. One bad start. This guy was, third in finishing for the Cy Young Award last year? He finished third in the Cy Young Award last year. He somehow avoided Tommy John surgery, went through a really rigorous rehab program in order to even be available for us this year. He comes out first outing, looks great. Yeah, I know what he did in one game, James. And I can show you a game where Michael Jordan went 2 for 14 from the field. Does that mean Jordan should get cut? What are you talking about? 1-1 the count on Santander. I mean, dude, name the best pitcher of all time in your mind. Guess what? He had a day like this. It happens. You're out of your mind, dude. 1-1 the count on Santander. This pitch is in the dirt, 2-1. I mean, if you want to sit there and say, hey, he had a bad day, he wasn't doing this right, he needs to work on that, that's all well and good. Take him, send him out of the rotation and teach him a lesson? What's the lesson? Hey, we got a guy not as talented as you that we could maybe use just to what? This pitch is upstairs, 3-1. All right, I'm going to lock back into this game because we might have a rally going. Runner at first, nobody out, and a 3-1 count on Anthony Santander. Well, give him 2 more bad games and see then. Well, is that what you want, James? Do you want him to do bad so that you can be proven right? Or would you rather see him get back to his normal form? This is upstairs for ball 4. All right, enough talk about that. We're going to the sub screen for the first time today. A big thanks to the 4 people who have signed up today already. First and second, nobody out. Tying run at second. Go ahead and run at first. And just a no. All right. I know. Yeah, James, and he has been. I mean, we all want all our players to play at a high level. We want everybody to succeed every chance that they get. But whenever it doesn't happen, James, your opinion is unacceptable, honestly. Like, I would just move on, dude. I don't think there's a single person in chat that agrees with your take. Not that that's what it means, like, not that you need to have everyone's approval, but when no one agrees with you, that's usually a sign that maybe you're a little bit off. Colton cows are coming to the plate. Let's get some cows in the chat. First and second, nobody out. Ah, my God, James, it's going to be a 10-minute. All right, just like a 10-minute. You know what? 5. I'm gonna just 5 minutes, dude. Want to know the count as this pitch is off the plate to Cowser. James, I hate to do that to you, buddy, but my goodness. Cowser, you got to get these runners moved over, bare minimum. Next pitch is swung on and missed. All right, folks, let's try to get you back into the action. Bottom of the third, the Rays ahead 5-4, but the Orioles have the tying run at second. Go-ahead run at first. Nobody out. Colton Cowser at the plate with a 1-1 count. The pitch is swung on and hit to left. Is this going to be deep enough to move a runner up? No. Oh, a wasted out there from Cowser. A wasted out there from Cowser. Nobody moves up, one down. All right, folks, we got Jordan Westburg up. Westburg enjoys hitting under pressure. First pitch, hit on the ground, up the middle, past both diving gloves of the middle infielders for a base hit. The tying run will come around the score, and the go-ahead run moves up to third. It's a game-tying RBI single from Westburg. He's done it again, folks. I mean, that ball was up. He somehow got on top of it and hit it on the ground, but perfectly off the webbing of two gloves between the shortstop and the second baseman. I mean, the perfect spot. Mountcastle crosses the plate. We've got a 5-5 ball game. My goodness. Kyle Stowers is up. Santander, the go-ahead run at third. Give us a big fly ball there, Kyle. What do you say? Didn't even have to leave the park. Just hit it about 300 feet somewhere. That one's crushed but foul into the right field corner. Once again, folks, I defy you. Show me a lineup with a better 7, 8, 9 at the bottom of the order than what Baltimore's got going on here. 0-1 pitch to Stowers is reached for and fouled away. Oh, man. Cowers in an 0-2. Stowers is in an 0-2. Stowers is in an 0-2 hole. And we're going to will him to hang into this at bat and do something productive here. 0-2 pitch. Swung on. Oh, he got out in front of it. Oh, man, that pitch was left up. He had a good pitch to hit on 0-2, but out in front. Into the stands on the right side. I still haven't had one bite of that cookie. That cookie is just mocking me now. I sipped on coffee. Here's the pitch. That's a line drive. That is a fair ball down the right field line and into the corner. Santander is moonwalking home. And here comes Westburg. No, Westburg only gets to third base. My goodness, though. Kyle Stowers keeps the line moving. Folks, splash it up. We've got an offensive thriller in Manila. This is a knockdown, drag-out war. Orioles 6, Rays 5. Second and third, one out for Mateo. Westy at third, Stowers at second. The infield drawn in. The pitch. And Mateo lifts one deep to center. This is going to give us another run. Siri makes the catch. There's no play at first or at home as the ball comes in towards third. Westburg scores on the Mateo sac fly, and the Orioles lead it 7-5. My goodness, 12 runs on the board, folks. We are in the third inning. We are on pace for a final score of about, I don't know, 20 to 18. Gunnar Henderson's up. Runner at second, 2 down. The pitch, low for ball 1. I mean, all right, we've got action in the Rays pen. A righty, Chris Davinsky. So Bradley's still out there. He's given up 7 runs already. There's a swing and a miss from Henderson. Count 1-1. I suppose, well, I mean, the Rays have lost their manager. I'm sure he's relaying some strategy to the dugout. But this one's grounded foul off to the right by Henderson. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 down in the bottom of the third. The Orioles have regained the lead. It's 7-5 Baltimore. Runner at second base. And yeah, I think the Rays were hoping, well, we knocked Bradish out. We still got our starter. They were hoping to maybe get 5 innings out of him. But I mean, they're going to have to go to their pen. This one's up and away. 2-2 on Gunnar. And I gave our friend there a 5-minute timeout. It should be expiring here relatively soon. Hopefully we can come to a mutual understanding. This pitch is outside, 3-2 on Gunnar. So here we go. 2 outs and a full count with an MVP candidate at the plate. The payoff pitch to Gunnar. High, and he does a check swing, but he did not hold up. Gunnar went around according to the third base umpire, who raises his fist. Let's take a look at that swing. Man, he did everything he could to stop. I tell you what, that's close. I mean, he did I mean, God, come on. It was a check. Whatever. Sorry for the... Let me just get the squeaking out of the way. All right. Shut up. All right. There. Right about there. All right, folks. We went to the sub screen simply for the rally, and it worked. We got 3 runs to answer the 2 runs Tampa put up in the top of the third. Look at this crooked box score, folks. This game's only a third of the way over. Yeah, we might. We're still getting over the guy that's out of the game now. Let's move further. I'll say this. There is a chance. I know this is going to be a tough pill to swallow, but there is a chance with 6 innings remaining in this ball game that something else might happen that isn't to your liking. Somebody might strike out in a big spot. Somebody might not handle a transition on a double play ball and we only get 1. I don't know. But take it in stride, my friend. Take it in stride. Yeah, Judge is now up to 20 homers. And, yeah, if I had to pick an MVP today, it'd probably be Judge. But I think Gunnar's definitely going to be in the conversation. We'll see. Long way to go. They put a lot of emphasis on the home run ball in those MVP votes. And I would assume that Judge is going to probably wind up ahead of Gunnar at the end of the season in home runs. But, man, when you add the speed, when you add the defensive acumen at shortstop, which to me is, not just to me, but to most people, a more important position than outfield, even center field. All right, Paredes is at the plate, and he pops one up. First base side, near the line, near the bag. Mountcastle in foul ground makes the catch. 1 away. Jacob Webb gets a quick first out. And we need quick outs. rack them up for these relievers because we want to stretch them out maybe more than one inning apiece. Try to get 4 or 5 outs from these guys. Okay, Jonathan Aranda at the plate. 1 out, nobody on, top of the 4th. Big crowd today on Saturday afternoon. Oh, a nasty backdoor breaking ball from Webb. Man, I didn't know he had a pitch like that in him. 0-1 on Aranda. Next pitch is swung on a miss. He went back to the same location, this time a changeup, with that ball dipping just a little bit at the end, and Aranda swung over it. No balls and 2 strikes. We're not getting 3 innings from Webb. I don't think he's a 3-inning guy. 2 innings would suffice. There's a swing and a miss. Well, I tell you this. I mean, he's only thrown 7 pitches to get 3 outs. The final out of the 2nd, and now 2 outs here. Or final out in the 3rd, and now 2 outs here in the 4th. So, hey, maybe not 3, but maybe 2 and change. Let's see. Arozarena at the plate takes a called strike. Boy, Webb understands the situation. We can't afford to get deep in the counts, and we got to attack these hitters. 0-1. This one's fouled back, 0-2. Yeah, James, I don't understand why you're sitting there and cherry picking these stats to try and prove that because of one bad start that Kyle Bradish, for some reason, deserves some level of punishment. Dude, it's over. Just have this conversation with yourself because no one else is on board. I try to engage. I try to give a back and forth. But you are committed, my friend, to your opinion. So there's really no point in going further. Okay? 2-2 the count on Arozarena. I have no idea what that even means. This pitch is up and away, and the count is 3-2. Hey, Janet here. How you doing, hun? Well, welcome in. Full count, 2 out, bases empty, top of the 4th. Arozarena at the plate and takes up and in for ball 4. So Webb, after being very economical, getting the first 2 outs quickly, issues a free pass with 2 down. That's true, too. There's a Discord where you can write paragraph among paragraphs. You can add in photos and evidence to back up your claims. It's up to me, Cam, okay? Let's not turn into a mob scene here. This one's caught by Stowers and left. He ends the inning with the catch. And Tampa fails to score for the first time since the first inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Orioles 7, Tampa Bay 5. All right, James. It's like, you can't get the hint, dude. I tried, dude. I tried. I really tried, dude. Honestly, I understand if you're mad at me now and you're going to be like, well, screw you. I'm unsubbing. I've had enough. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, James. I mean, imagine walking into a bar or a party and bringing up a conversation that nobody else in the room is jiving with and just continuing to talk about it. Like, what sort of outcome are you expecting with that? These are basic social norms, James. Basic stuff. Honestly. What about Bob? Well, hopefully maybe James, with his time off, maybe he can go sailing. I'm sailing now. Baby steps, James. Baby steps. All right. We'll try it again tomorrow. Although it's going to be tough for you because in 24 hours, the Sunday game will probably be over. But there's always Monday. I didn't want... God, folks, I'm telling you right now, I gave James more leeway than any other streamer would. And I'm sure some of you are probably upset with me for not doing what I did sooner. But, you know. I also don't want to be known as the guy with the quick hook who sits there and just feels slightly annoyed and then wants to ban everybody. I'm not that kind of guy either. Okay, here we go. Bottom of the fourth, Adley Rutschman at the plate. First pitch to him from Taj Bradley, who's still out there, is a called strike. Rutschman 1 for 1, a base hit and a walk, and a run scored. All right, folks, here we go. A lot of baseball left to go here. The 0-1 pitch is hit on the ground softly. Shortstop. Actually, that was the third baseman. Boy, they really shift Adley hard. Paredes, the third baseman, handles that grounder and throws out Adley for out number 1. Yeah, folks, again, I understand it. There's going to be a full range of opinions about how I've handled James or other folks that can be a bit of a pest in the chat. Swing and a miss here from O'Hearn on the first pitch. Breaking ball. O'Hearn 0 for 2 so far today. But again, I try. I try my darndest to walk that balance. 0-1 pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Everybody wants Adley to hit that flag court. Well, we're going to have to wait for another AB from him. O'Hearn hits one off foul to the left. And he's got a 1-2. Am I still off screen? Oh, my God. I've been off screen for how long? Again, folks, these games, these hours, yeesh. There's a breaking ball in the dirt, and now my cursor's acting funny. So I'm afraid to even mess around with that. Oh, my cursor is acting weird. Oh, boy. 2-2 on O'Hearn. The pitch is swung on and hit up through the hole on the right side for a base hit. Ryan O'Hearn with his first hit of the ball game. And the Orioles have a 1-out base runner. And what the hell's going on with my cursor? I'm just going to not move it around. It's really jumpy. Really, really jumpy. I mean, if we get into a rally here, I'd like to go to the sub-screen as per usual. But we're going to go ahead and let Melanie take an AB here first. 1-out runner at first. Melanie has got a 2-run homer today. And he fouls one off down the right field corner. Taj Bradley's on 77 pitches. I don't think they're going to try to completely empty the tank on him. This will probably be his last inning. I don't think he'll be out for the 5th, if I had to guess, no matter what happens here. The 0-1 is fouled away 0-2. You know the thing that got James the most mad was when Mike Tyson lost to Buster Douglas. As soon as that happened, he's like, man, Mike Tyson is a bum. This guy can't box. This one swung on and drilled. Boy, Mountie got a nice swing on it. You can forget about it. Bye, birdie. Mountie mounts up for the second time today. Dead center field over the 410-foot sign. His 9th of the season. The Orioles' 4th home run of the game. And that makes the score Dolly Parton time, baby. It's 9-5. What a way to make a living. Got to swing that bat. Ain't taking in no giving. Going to score some runs till we win this ball game. All right, just some improv lyrics. Mountie. A pair of 2-run blasts on the day. 9-5. That's right, folks. Put some rat poison in your coffee. It's 9-5. And that'll end the day finally for Taj Bradley, who probably has to be wondering why he was still out there after giving up 7 runs. My goodness. We have a pitching change with 1 out in the 4th. And let's thank the Rays for keeping... Look, both the starters didn't have it today. But for whatever reason, the Rays said, oh, we want to go longer with ours. And that's cost them. They had a chance to pull Bradley. Well, that game still, what? Let's see, Westberg. Yeah, well, once Westberg reached on that infield single that scored Mountie, and it tied the game, before that Stowers double, he could have gotten out of there with a 5-5 tie and still pitched more than Bradish was able to. But now they kept him in there. And now look at you, Tampa. You're down 4 runs. The singing is the price we pay for no ads. My friend, that's why there'll eventually be ads. You don't want to hear the singing, do you? Get myself up, stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition, yawn and stretch and try to get alive. I'm sure I'm butchering the lyrics. Look, folks, I haven't seen that movie in like 39 years. What do you want from me? All right. We got a reliever on now for the Rays. Davinsky. Probably not the man. We probably want to go ahead and leave that 80s humor in the 80s. Lucky. All right, here we go, folks. Santander at the plate. First pitch to him is low and in. Davinsky, the reliever, right-hander. Tony has got a dinger. 4 home runs already today for the Orioles. There's a called strike 1-1. We've averaged a homer per inning. And actually, we've scored in every inning. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth. I mean, folks, did I not say this was a day for offense? This pitch is up and Santander backs out of the way. Folks, if you were here for my opening 5 minutes talking about today's game and what to look for, I said look out for some offense today. And by Jove, your boy the BirdWatcher was right again. 2-1 on Santander. Swing and a miss. That pitch had a little bit of a dip at the bottom of the zone. Number 1 pitch for Davinsky's is changeup. He goes at it 47% of the time with a fastball and cutter mixed in. So it's pretty much speed off speed. He does have a slider and a sweeper. Doesn't throw it that much, though. And this one is hit in the air, right side and out of play. 8 players in this Orioles lineup have hit the ball over 100 miles an hour today for at least a base hit. I know that's a weird stat to put out there. Here's a line drive, base hit in the right field for Santander on a 2-2 pitch. A 1-out single. That is hit number 10. And folks, if you remember the stat yesterday, we won again with 10 hits. We are currently on the season when getting 10 hits. We have a record of 18-1. And we just got hit number 10 right there. So if you like the idea of being 18-1 in these situations, well, that's where we're at. Here's Colton Cowser. Takes a called strike. Cowser, the only one today who hasn't hit the tar off of the baseball. He is 0 for 2. I suppose that means he should be DFA'd today. Right, James? The pitch is swung on and missed. I tell you what, that's 2 straight swings and misses. Get him off the team. Demote him and teach him a lesson. I think that was my favorite part. The teach him a lesson part, or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, we need to teach the guy who finished 3rd in the Cy Young last year a lesson. All right. 0-2. This pitch is low to Cowser. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We are not yet in the 5th inning, Book Doc. This game ain't even close to half over. No wonder they started it now, because it might not end till about 10 o'clock. The 1-2 to Cowser is reached for and hit on the ground. It could be 2, but unfortunately for the Rays, a little bobble by the second baseman means he can only get Cowser at first. So Santander moves up to scoring position with 2 down. And the Rays blow a chance to end the inning with a double play. No error there because you can't assume 2 outs. But that is an error. Just not on paper. Yeah, what is this? More than 2 runs an inning. We can't score 3 an inning? Why are we? I tell you what, if we don't score in the next inning, if we've got a 0, that's unacceptable to me. Here's Westberg, 0-1 the count. Well, that's right. Westberg up there with 2 home runs already. And he fouls this one away off to the left. In the hole, 0-2. Jordan Westberg. Folks, I told you already, he's going to be an all-star. Don't act like I wasn't the first guy anywhere to be as high praising of Westberg as me. I take full credit. The pitch. That one's lined, but right to second base on a soft liner. Actually, 1 hop liner. I thought he caught that in the air. But it's going to end the inning regardless as Westberg grounds out the second base to win the inning. But the Orioles keep on scoring. Taj Bradley has been rocked for 9 runs on 10 hits. His day finally over. Well, he may not have given up the 10th hit. Let's take a look. Yeah, he gave up the 10th hit given up by Davinsky to score that 9th run charged to Bradley. Wow, Bradley came in with an ERA of like 3.15. It is now 5.81. And folks, if Bradish is due to be demoted for his outing today, I guess Taj Bradley should be what? I don't know. Exiled to an island off the coast of Sri Lanka. Maybe living in some kind of bamboo cage, being fed nothing but dirt cookies. I'm just exaggerating, folks. I don't know. I just don't understand some of the takes of these people out there. I don't get it. Again, if Kyle Bradish is in the do something to punish this guy zone. Where does Sidney Ponson belong in that equation in Orioles history? Where does Daniel Cabrera belong in that? Where they should be in the Deer Hunter, right? It should be Ponson and Cabrera sitting at a table across from each other, like the Deer Hunter. Oh, man. I tell you what. I don't know sometimes. All right, top of the fifth. And the first pitch is way up and in. Look out over there. Siri. And by the way, Webb is out there. So whoever said Webb's going to go 3, hey, not a bad call. It's going to wind up being 2 1/3 if he can complete this inning, but I think that's going to be it. But to go 2 innings plus would be fantastic. Here's a pop-up. Right field. Santander long run, but it's going to be Mateo with an over-the-shoulder grab as he and Santander sort of talk that play over. And we've got a pitcher getting loose. So there you go. That looks like Dylan Tate out there. Indeed, it's Dylan Tate. So expect him to come on in the 6th, if not sooner. Webb's going to try to get these last 2 batters here. The pitch is a breaking ball on the outside corner for a called strike. Rortvedt today 1 for 1. 17 hits between these two teams, and this game ain't even halfway over. This is up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Rob is done with this Orioles team if we don't get 5 more homers. Oh, there's a nasty slider that dips low and in on the inside corner at the knees to Rortvedt. 1-2 the count. 1 out, nobody on. Webb has been great since coming on in relief of an ineffective Kyle Bradish. That's right, I said ineffective. See, that's a way of talking about somebody having a bad day and not trying to hide it. Hey, a nice running catch by Kyle Stowers and a ball hit down the left field line. It was slicing the whole way from Rortvedt, the lefty hitter, and Stowers with a long run, taking him in the foul ground as he makes the catch. And he looked that ball in well. Braced himself up against the padding of the wall there. Nice job there by Stowers in left. That's what you want to see. Stowers looking comfy in left. 2 down for Jose Caballero. RBI single and a walk so far for the number 9 hitter for the Rays. The pitch is up. Wow. That pitch was so high I figured it'd be ball 1, but instead Caballero swung at it really late. And the count is 0-2. The chant of "Let's Go O's" swells around the ballpark with 2 strikes and 2 down on Caballero. This one's popped up. Mateo, just a couple of steps on the outfield grass, makes the catch, and the inning is over. Jacob Webb. He may not be a quote-unquote long man, but Jacob Webb just gave you everybody exactly what we needed. 2 1/3 scoreless innings, no hits, 1 walk. I mean, that's just 1 less out than Bradish got. So that means 4 more innings of relievers. And I'm going to say we can possibly just do it with 2 more guys if they can go 2 innings apiece. However, if the Rays get back within 3 runs or less, then I would expect 3 pitchers, with the 3rd being Kimbrel in the 9th. Although he did pitch last night. I mean, now we still have to talk about, look, the Craig Kimbrel thing has been working lately. But it's also been a situation where his usage has been well spaced out, I'd say, in a way that seems like just the right kind of groove. I don't know about going to him on back-to-back days. I feel like if he did it and it didn't work out, that we'd just be sitting here going, well, what were we thinking? We should have saw this coming. We'll see. How'd Bradish do? Doesn't look good. Rob, Bradish had the worst outing of the season by far for him. Just ineffective. He was getting hit really hard. Just hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. He had given up 5 hits with like 1 out in the second inning. All right. Bottom of the 5th. Kyle Stowers looks at a called strike. Excuse me. Oh, Rob's trolling? Oh, my bad. Well, you see, I gave Rob the benefit of the doubt because Rob's a good guy. He's active in the Discord. I took Rob at his word. 1-1 the count on Stowers. This one's popped up. Gonna be an out. Should be an out. Rosarena and Siri converging, and Siri, the center fielder, makes the catch. Stowers flies out to center field. Yeah, what are we going to do if we don't score in this inning? I might have to turn in my fan card. Here's Mateo. First pitch of the called strike. That was outside, but I can't complain. I mean, first pitch of the at-bat, and most bad calls at the plate have been going our way against the Rays. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 0-2. Man, what a beautiful sight to see the ballpark pretty packed. Just some scattered seating around that upper deck and left field. Other than that, most sections are filled up about 90-95%. 1-2 on Mateo now. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. You guys, you say there's trolls out there, but, for my channel, I feel like I can name them on one hand. And considering what has got to be up to hundreds of hours of streaming and play calling, it's been relatively tame. It could be much, much worse. This 2-2 pitch is in the dirt and outside, and the count goes full on Mateo. Hey there, fat boy. You're waking up to a good game, but you missed all the good stuff. But that's what we got replay for, right? We've got a full count now on Mateo after a foul ball. 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 5th. The Orioles up 9-5. What a way to play a ball game. The pitch up the middle, but the second baseman is positioned right there to field the grounder and throw out Mateo for the second out of the inning. You must pay the troll toll to get in. I know I've got some Always Sunny fans here. There's got to be at least a few Always Sunny fans in here. Who here knows of the Nightman Cometh? All right, here is Gunner. First pitch is a called strike. The 0-1 is low, 1-1. BW, you're awesome. Somehow the game rolls on and I still know what is happening. I try. Have I just sat here and just said the things that are happening without any sort of personality and a little bit of weird side stuff thrown in? It'd be a pretty boring broadcast. This one's popped up foul, left side and into the crowd. 1-2 on Gunner. That's the secret. And I think that's the reason why this channel has taken off. I mean, I've got some colleagues out there. They're all saying it. We can't believe how quickly BW has taken off as this one's fouled away. And I think the secret is, call a good game. Try to paint a picture for everybody. That for me, that's what I loved about baseball and the radio, is just sitting back and listen to somebody describe the action and just sort of painting the picture in my head. 1-2 to Gunner is low and away, 2-2. And then, whenever guys like John Miller would sort of take time between pitches or a little break in the action and tell you a little story, they're the best. 2-2 pitch is popped up. Not going to be enough for Gunner on that one. Straightaway center field for out number 3. Folks, 5 innings in the books. We didn't score. I protest. You know what? This team, I give up. Hey, how you doing, everybody? I've had a change of heart. It's the only way I can deal with the fanatics that just can't, I don't know, just see the forest for the trees. I can only just have fun with it. I don't know what else to do. Yep. God. Oh, man. I don't know. Welcome to June, people. Welcome to June. Happy summertime, everybody. How about that? Happy summertime. I normally don't have a chance to say it because where I live, it's summertime every day. Hey, this day in Orioles history, June 1st, 1998, Brandy Anderson, Eric Davis, and Rafael Palmeiro hit home runs in the 8th inning for a 10-9 comeback win. Over who? They don't even tell you over who. I guess the Rays. But were the Rays even around in 98? I think they were, but not for long. All right, whatever. Top of the 6th, top of the order up here for Tampa. Dylan Tate is on the mound. First pitch is a called strike to Yandy Diaz. Tate making his 15th appearance. He's been in the minors for a bit. Not sure why. I guess just for the option. 2.12 ERA, 2-0 record. This is lined opposite field down in the corner. Foul. 0-2 on Diaz. Honestly, that one pitcher that we got and we've seen pitch once, what are they planning on doing with him, honestly? As a loose ball gets onto the field of play and Santander will retrieve it and toss it back into the crowd. I know, Rob, I know. They better. They better. 0-2 pitch to Yandy. Oh, man. That pitch nearly clipped the inside corner, but unfortunately it didn't hit the target. The catcher wasn't set up there. Had to reach across to get that one. And I'm sure the ump took that into consideration. Here's a ground ball right back to Tate. What a lovely job to field that grounder. I mean, it wasn't smoked back up the middle, but that took a quick reflexive reaction. Tate handles the comebacker and throws out Diaz for out number 1. All right. Folks, I don't know if you've noticed, but the Rays offense has quieted down. Yep, that's who I'm talking about. Let me read the rest of that comment in a sec. Lau's first pitch is a called strike, top of the zone. He has great speed, and that's why I'm guessing he got... Yeah, that was my guess, too. I was like, okay, he's got velocity, and we're looking for that guy that can hit triple digits. This one's hit on the ground. Backhanded by Mountcastle to the pitcher covering in time. Dylan Tate's got 2 quick outs here in the 6th. This is perfect. He's set up to go 2 innings. His movement needs work, but our pitch coach could probably figure it out with him. Well, they're going to have to figure it out not on the big club. Unless, are we capable of sending him down and working on stuff? Or I know he's been around the league for a while, so I don't know what sort of options we have, if any. Paredes at the plate. First pitch is ball 1. Next one is in there for a called strike. 2 miles an hour so everybody sees you. 1-1 to Paredes is a called strike 2. Who would we bring up? I mean, somebody. Anybody I would rather give a shot at than see that dude go back out there again before he figures out whatever they got to work on. I mean, let me think about it. We still got Aiken and we got Perez and Coulomb. Then we got Tate. Here's a ground ball. Second base Mateo's got it over to first in time. And the inning is over. Let me see. I don't know about Povich. I don't think Povich is going to come up to replace a guy like Vieira unless the idea was to anoint Povich. I could see Povich coming up as a spot starter, and then if he does well, maybe he can stick. But I don't think they're going to bring up Povich and sort of anoint him as a starter in the rotation and demote Suarez back to the bullpen unless Albert really starts to, struggle. It's okay. No, when I give you, first of all, folks, when I give you my opinion about anything to do with rosters and GM type moves, it's just that. It's just an opinion. Everybody's got theirs, and none of us are qualified to say they know exactly the best thing to do, because if we did, we'd have Mike Elias's job. And I'm humble enough to admit that Mike Elias is smarter than me when it comes to building a team. But what we could do here for a sec is maybe just take a look at the Norfolk Tide roster right now. I feel like there's a name out there that I'm missing in terms of a pitcher that's got a little bit of experience that maybe, first of all, folks, Brian Baker, to me, I have a personal problem with Brian Baker. He was on the team a lot last season. I know he can throw hard, but he was so bad in the biggest of spots. Again, there's Jonathan Heasley, who's had a look, and he looked bad. Nick Vespi is a guy that really hasn't had a chance. He's been on the roster and then sent back down again. He's sort of been bouncing around as we make some changes in our... By the way, Adley Rutschman at the plate now, bottom of the 6th, leading off, and he takes ball 1. Davinsky's out there for another inning of work, already on 30 pitches. And the next pitch is in there for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rob, I only know so much myself. I can't sit here and tell you how good Nolan Hoffman is. I have no idea. Swing and a miss. The count is 1-2. I can only tell you about the guys that I've seen either in spring or up with the club at some form or another. But yeah, Vespi, it's another lefty arm, and we've already got Aiken and Coulomb and Perez. I feel like we've got enough lefty arms. I mean, God. Rutschman swings and misses and strikes out on a pitch in the dirt. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Yeah, folks, I'll admit it. There ain't a whole lot down there. What about channel memberships, BW? If you'd like to become a member, you can do so. It's a button right next to subscribe. It says join. There's a called strike to Ryan O'Hearn. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Orioles 9, Tampa 5. Yeah, do you see a button there, Jeremy, that says join? This one's fouled back. Well, do you see it now? Just as a reminder, folks, I do have a membership thing. If you sign up, it works out to 17 cents a ball game a month. Just to help out the channel. The perks that come back to you, they aren't much, I'll be honest. Here's a swing and a miss, and O'Hearn goes down on strikes. Excuse me. 2 outs here in the inning, nobody on. Yeah, so just to be perfectly honest, folks, not a whole lot in terms of perks. What you get are access to some special emojis, like the Tony Tater Tot, or the Milkman, the Oriole bird. Here's Ryan Mountcastle, called strike. And what's the other thing? There's one other thing. But as the channel grows, the perks will grow with it. Oh, you get a nice little emoji right next to your name as well. Some BirdWatcher binoculars to let everybody know that you're a professional birdwatcher. So, yeah, that's the deal. Normally, I don't even talk about memberships, folks, because I guess I just don't really have a whole lot to sell you on it. It's really more of just a way of donating to the channel for now and help the channel grow so that I can offer up something a little more special for you. Oh, there you go. One more perk. We got a 1-2 count on Mountcastle. 2 down, nobody on. The pitch is lifted in the air. Another high, soaring fly ball, but this one is going to stay in the park. Mountie just missed going yard again. He winces after that swing. He knows he just missed it. The Orioles don't score for the 2nd straight inning. I've had it. Basta. Late innings times, folks. Orioles 9, Rays 5. 3 more innings, and we will clinch this series and have an opportunity to go for a sweep tomorrow afternoon. I want a cookie. Give me my cookie. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, my God. Just like What About Bob? Okay, I admit it, not the best ASMR experience. But what are you going to do? So tomorrow, anybody want to tell me what time first pitch is? Is it going to be 1:05 or 12:30? I think it's 1:05. Those damn Yankees, are they winning again? Here's a ground ball through the hole on the right side to begin the inning here for, is that Aranda? Yep. Jonathan Aranda with a leadoff single off of Dylan Tate here in the top of the 7th. Tate only needed 11 pitches to get through the 6th. Cionel Perez, the lefty, is getting loose. Arozarena now at the plate. He takes low and away for ball 1. 1:35. So, folks, I'll be on the air at 1:25 p.m. tomorrow, which is 12:25 a.m. for me. By the way, the sun will be coming up over my shoulder in about half an hour. Arozarena hits one. It's trouble. It's going to get down in the right center field. Aranda, man, he must really be slow. Only able to stop at second base. I can see now why he's a DH. He cannot run. I don't know what his natural position's supposed to be. I'm assuming first base or something, but all right, well, here comes Brandon Hyde. Dylan Tate had a great 6th inning, but 2 base runners here in the 7th without an out. And it's time to go to the pen. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Bell Atlantic. This is the book that got Bubba cooked. The Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages. Hello, everyone. I'm James Earl Jones. Do you remember the days of phone books? They were so popular, there used to be commercials for them for some reason. I mean, why do you need a commercial for something that arrives at everybody's door for free without asking? What are we actually advertising? I don't know, but they paid me, and I'm James Earl Jones. And this is the book that got Bubba cooked. Tell you what, the thing about this cookie, you cannot let a crumb hit the floor, or else these Thailand ants, they're probably already marching their way over. They smell it. It's in the air. That's why I got to hurry up and whoop this thing down and make sure nary a crumb is left behind, or else it'll be it'll look like a nature documentary here in about 10 minutes. Apologies for eating on air, folks. I just need this one little snack to get me through the game. All right, here we go. Cionel Perez is out here. He's got a lot to do with. A lot to do with? I don't know. I don't know what that meant. He's got a lot to do. He's got a lot to work around. I don't know. He's got a lot. 2 on, nobody out. First pitch is a called strike on the outside corner to Richie Palacios. Palacio 1 for 3, a single back in the 2nd. The Orioles up by 4. 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball, fouled, and that got Palacios somehow, some way, as he gingerly winces his way off camera to try and work out whatever that was. 0-2. Slider, sinker, fastball. 3-pitch arsenal from Perez. Man, that cookie was good. Oh, wait, there's a crumb. Gotcha. Oh, that could have been bad. No way you're getting away. Check swing, and the home plate umpire says, you went, buddy. Palacios. Not a good AB for him. A big spot for the Rays. First and second, nobody out, and he's out on a check swing. Yikes. Let's turn to Jose Siri at the plate. First pitch from Perez is swung on and missed. And a cloud of dust after that ball pops the mitt. I love that sight. Just the ball popping the mitt and dirt flying everywhere. Breaking ball called strike two, and a beauty from Perez on the back door. Siri with 2 strikes. And folks, you know Siri is steaming right now. This series, he's felt very undone by the umpire. Check swing. Check. Oh, they're not going to say he went. I swear to God. That's the umps giving Siri a break after even the umps probably understand what Siri's been through. That could have been a potential check swing strike. 1-2 the count. Pitch. Low and in. Adley does well to keep that ball right there. The Orioles are only up by 4. That's not nearly enough. Send them all to AAA. AAA? That's too good. I say go back to the rookie league. Low and in. And the count is now full. Okay, folks. It's time to get back focused here. We had Siri in the hole, and now it's a full count with 1 out. We don't want another free base runner to bring the tying run to the plate. Go after this guy, Perez. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. On the breaking ball, and Siri hangs his head in shame. That's right, Siri. It's just like that episode of Game of Thrones, isn't it? Shame. 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 Harold Ramirez, right-handed hitter, on to pinch hit. His first plate appearance of the series. And what the hell kind of eyewear is he wearing? 2 down, 2 on. The pitch. Breaking ball waved at. Wow. Ramirez looked completely lost on that pitch. The next pitch is in the dirt. Adley once again blocks it. The ball dribbles away a little bit, but not enough for the runners to advance. 1-1 the count. We're in the top of the 7th, folks. This was a wild game through the first 4 innings. The Orioles scoring in all 4 of those innings. Tampa put up 5 runs in the process. This one's hit on the ground. Second base slowly. Mateo has to hurry and gets the throw to first in time. Perez gets out of Dylan Tate's jam. Tate with a smile on his face. His ERA stays low. And we are done in the top of the 7th. It's the Orioles 9, the Rays 5. And folks, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. Uh-oh. I also know that my cursor is about to have another problem. It's time for some cakes on the griddle. Get them cakes on out there. Get them cakes up on out there. Get them cakes up on here. Folks, I'm only going to point out during the 7th inning stretch that once again, all I want to do today is say thank you. Thank you to all of the Oriole BirdWatcher subscribers, all of you that are new, all of you who have been here since the beginning, and everyone in between. You guys are the reason things are working out the way they are. Not me. I mean, I got to do my part, but at the end of the day, I could be talking to the wall. It's been a great. So in honor of that, I've been doing my best to avoid talking about all the things to help build the channel. Today, folks, I just want you to sit back, relax, try and enjoy the ball game. Likes, what are those? Subs, what are those? Memberships, what are those? Super chats, I don't know. I mean, they all exist, but that's all I'll say. They're there. I'll tell you this, though. As long as you've got access to the internet, you don't have to put in a donation to the channel or anything like that. I want everybody with the opportunity to follow Orioles baseball. I mean, I know about the situation I'm in. I look for all the free content I can find. So I get it. Enjoy it, folks. It's free. All right. Bottom of the 7th coming up. Still working 9-5 on the scoreboard. The Rays, by the way, have left 9 men on base to the Orioles 4. So there you go. We lead by 4 runs. They've left 5 more runs on base than us. Oh, so this is the Orioles broadcast booth, and it's got Brian Roberts as the color guy? Is this Masson, or what is this? Folks, interesting fact, me and Brian Roberts, the same age, and we both graduated the same year from the University of South Carolina. Of course, a couple of years later, he would be a starting second baseman for your Baltimore Orioles, while I moved back to the D.C. area and started working on media stuff. Here we go. Anthony Santander, first pitch, with Kelly, the new pitcher, out on the mound. Which Kelly is this? Joe Kelly? Kelly Ripa? 0-1 on Santander. This one's hit on the ground. And the second baseman, he has a little bit of trouble. Picks it up, though, and is able to complete the out on a ball that nearly got away from Diaz at first. Brandon Lau had some trouble, able to recover. And a low, wide throw, but Diaz able to keep the foot on the bag. 1 out for Colton Cowser. Oh, a nasty low slider backdoor on Cowser. 0-1 the count. Cowser's 0 for 3 today. He has yet to join the hit parade. Next one is lifted in the air, and that's going to be a can of corn for Siri. 2 down. Man, this game is moving now. It's moving. All right, that was bad. That was very, very, very bad. 2 away. Here's my pick for All-Star, Jordan Westburg. All he's done today is, hit a home run, infield single to score another run. He's just hitting .297, 9 homers, 36 RBI. Want to know the count. And that's a called strike. Tough pitch there from Kelly. Good location. All right, so his first name begins with a K. It's K. Kelly. So it's not Machine Gun. The pitch. Bottom of the zone, a called strike 2. Dad joke. Where? I don't have any children that I know of. The 1-2 is hit in the air, right field, and in the gap, chasing it down on the run is Palacios to end the inning. Westberg goes to right center, but unable to find the gap. We go to the 8th, folks. It's the Orioles 9, the Rays 5. Oh, boy. Oh, doctor. Yes, I can see you. The light is starting to build behind me. The day is about to begin. And again, tonight, so now that this day has started, tonight at approximately midnight, I'm going to be on the air again. So when do I sleep? I guess I try to get in a 1 or 2 hour nap sometime during the afternoon, early evening, and then call the game at midnight. Maybe it'll be over by 3, and then I go straight to bed, maybe sleep till 8 a.m. and get 5 hours there. That's the plan. I'm starting to figure it out, folks. You know, even when you do something this weird, you start to figure out a routine. Thanks again, Card, for helping promote the channel. Book Doc, what do you got here? Here's how to get Chris Davis into the Hall of Fame. Teams where most of the income dedicated to the player who gets the most money per strikeout. Oh, yeah. You can put Rob Deere in there. Maybe, who are some famous strike? I mean, Reggie Jackson. I think isn't Reggie still the all-time leader in striking out? Hey, there's a shot of the old Inner Harbor. Now, what's this about you can swim in the Inner Harbor, and who the hell would? You won't find me in those waters. Yenier Cano, don't you know? Is that on the mound? Oh, yeah, Adam Dunn. Big strikeout guys. I guess Joey Gallo there for a while when Gallo was something. He was a strikeout machine. All right, we got Cano on the mound. It's not exactly a hold situation for a setup man with a 4-run lead, but there's a first pitch called strike to Caballero. 9-1-2 due up for the Rays. Caballero 1 for 2 with a walk. This pitch is lifted foul. And the count 0-2. Cano 96 on that pitch. O2 offering is low. 1-2 the count. Oh yeah, the roosters are out in full effect here in my neighborhood. A lot of cock-a-doodle doing going on out there. The 1-2 is upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, I've got a terrible jellyfish story for you. This one's a little bit low and away. 3-2 the count on Caballero. Wow, I just tried to clean my glasses with my shirt a little bit and just made it worse. Payoff pitch coming. Swung on and missed. It took a full count to get there, but Cano comes up with a strikeout to get the first out here in the 8th. There we go. The O's just keep winning. How's the bullpen holding up this year? For the most part, very, very well. I mean, every bullpen's going to have an off night, or at least one guy in the pen. But in general, we've had the bullpen save our bacon a lot of times. Especially when we have this recipe of typically not scoring early, waiting to score late, and needing our bullpen to keep the game close in order to have that comeback. Diaz fouls this one off in the count 0-2. Yandy Diaz is 1 for 3 today as we go through the lineup for the 4th time. 0-2 pitch is close. Cano, after that pitch, was in that classic wide leg stance of his, hoping for the strikeout call, but he didn't get it. This one's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, so the jellyfish. Let's go one more pitch. 2-2. Low and away. I went water skiing once on a lake up in upstate New York. And I was wearing one of those life jackets, not the old school ones that are kind of puffy and just sort of hang around your neck, but like one of those flap jacket ones. Swing and a miss. Down goes. Who is that? Diaz. On strikes. 2 strikeouts for Cano here in the 8th. So, yeah, I'm wearing one of those, like, form-fitting, like, plasticky sort of flap jacket things that you cinch up in the front. And I go water skiing. Here's Brandon Lau at the plate with 2 down, nobody on. This pitch way outside. Beautiful scenery. Of course, I'm a little nervous. I'm not the best at water skiing. Of course, the toughest thing is holding on to that handle as you get lifted up and getting that initial balance underway. But once you get there, you're good. 1-0 pitch is foul back. And the count 1-1 on Lau. But eventually, like we always do, I wipe out. And I'm sitting there waiting in the water as the boat comes circling around to get me. And all of a sudden, I feel just the worst feeling on my back. I mean, like my entire back just felt like somebody had hit it with a cattle prod. 2-1 the count on Lau. And let's see this next pitch. This one's hit on the ground, and Mountcastle's got it. Flip to first. Cano on the bag, and this inning is over. We need 3 more outs, and we've got a 4-run lead. 9-5 Baltimore as we go to the bottom of the 8th. So, folks, long story short, I'm sitting there waiting in the water. They pull me up into the boat, and I'm like screaming in agony, and they're like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Help! Get this freaking thing off me!" And one guy's going, "Look, look!" And what he's looking at that I can't see because it's behind me were tentacles or whatever, just hanging out the back of this thing. A jellyfish had basically wedged itself between the life jacket and my back and just decided, well, I'm here. Might as well just start stinging away. And yeah, I got the full treatment. My entire back got jellyfished. And I've never been water skiing again. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Orioles 9, Rays 5. When did this happen? This would have been, I was about 15, so make it around 92. On a lake up in New York called Lake Saranac. You might have heard of a Saranac beer. They got a brewery up there. It's about a hop, skip, and a jump from Lake Placid. There are some beautiful areas in, the upper half of New York. And in the summertime, great place to go for a little vacay. Have you had a Saranac beer? And they're not bad. They're not bad. But yeah, that was pretty traumatic. I had a second incident actually happen at that same camp. They had a slide built on a cliff that just dumped you right out into that same lake. As Kyle Stowers is up to hit to lead off the bottom of the 8th, a big swing and a miss. And the count 0-1. Stowers today is 1 for 3. Yeah, I went down one of these hill slides that just throws you like 15 feet out in the air and you hit the water. So my bathing trunks hitting the water called strike 2 on the outside corner to Stowers. My trunks sort of came out off, They kind of went down around my ankles as I'm standing there in the water from the impact. Low and away, 1-2. So I go and I do what anybody else would. I reach into the water with my arms, go to pull up my trunks, and I lift them up, and I had a fish, like a bass fish, flapping around in my swim trunks. Stowers strikes out, and there's one out here in the 8th. So that was another. I was starting to think that this lake might not have been made for me. Too up close and personal with the marine life. All right, one out here for Mateo. First pitch to him is a called strike. Mateo 0 for 2. He did have a sac fly back in the 3rd. Describe the sting if you don't mind me asking. I've always wondered. Well, like I said, it's like, I mean, it feels like electrical. It feels like getting zapped. But it also leaves like a lingering burning feeling as well. As Mateo swings and misses in the count 1-2. Yeah, bass. I didn't lift a bass guitar into my trunks. It was a bass. That would have been a lot more interesting, though. Yeah. What's this doing here? 1-2 pitch to Mateo. Is swung on and missed. He went after a pitch low. And he is a strikeout victim here. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. Kelly has looked pretty good since coming on. First name's a K. Is it Kevin? What? I can't think of another name with a K right now. That isn't weird. Okay, Kevin it is. Kevin Kelly has been doing pretty well out here. 2 down for Gunnar Henderson now. Where were we? Where the hell were we? About right here? No, this isn't where we were. What is this? ESPN is weird. All right, there we go. 0-1 the count on Gunnar. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Can you guys see the light now coming up over my shoulder? The daytime. Sunday's already here, folks, for me. This one is fouled away off to the left. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the 8th. Last chance for the Orioles to add to this 4-run lead. Craig Kimbrell is chilling on the bench out there in the bullpen. So he will not be coming in, and I'm happy. I'm happy we're not in a save situation where we don't have to sit here and think about it. Now, of course, if the Rays start rallying in the 9th, we might have to revisit the topic. But for now, I'm very happy to give Kimbrell an off day after coming in and saving last night's game. This one's grounded to first. Diaz has got it and will take it to the bag himself to end the inning. Folks, we are going to the 9th. It's been a tale of 2 games. Boy, the first 4 innings, absolutely ridiculous in terms of action and back and forth, crazy. Second 4 innings has been an absolute snooze fest. Let's be honest. But you know what? A snooze fest tastes a whole lot better when you're the team winning by 4, going to the 9th. Jellyfish are aliens. I agree. I just don't think it's fair that you just float around and sting stuff. That's it. That's your mission. Just float around and sting stuff. And by the way, they're asexual. They reproduce themselves. How fair is that? I'm in the mood to just make another one of me. All right, let me just, What do you do? How do you do that? You knock yourself up. I don't know. But they do. Mosquitoes and jellyfish, folks, the 2 organisms on this planet that I swear, I think all creatures deserve a shot, and I'm all about the ecosystem, but I'm also very well aware that there's species that die on a daily basis, and Mother Nature figures out a way to keep going. Can we just... I feel like the number one thing that the entire world can rally around and try and just come together and put an end. Let's just get rid of mosquitoes. For God's sakes. Who needs them? Keegan Aiken out on the mound. He's going to try to close this game out with a 4-run lead. I mean, imagine... They fly, for one. Their job is to land on you, take their disgusting little needle nose that's been, just festering in all kinds of filth, stab you with it, take some blood away from you, leave behind some kind of potential disease, and do it all under this like stealth flying method where they flutter around and you don't even see them coming. Mosquitoes stink. 0-1 on Paredes. And the count is now 0-2 on the pitch inside. I'm sorry. I got a little bit excited. Just get rid of them. I don't care about population. Figure out another way. Figure out another way. And I'm sure bats will figure out something. I don't see any bats around here, but I see mosquitoes. They'll eat something else. Tell me the one species that relies solely on mosquitoes for their diet, and then I'll look at that species and I'll decide whether or not they're worth sticking around. This one is a broken bat, foul off to the left. 2-2 the count. I know it's a hot take, folks. Frogs. All right, you guys sound like Bubba Gump now. You're just going to name every animal. Frogs eat mosquitoes. Salamanders. Chameleons. Come on, man. I mean... I'm telling you right now, if we woke up tomorrow and there were no more mosquitoes, I think we'd all figure it out and be happier in the process. Birds. This one swung on. Left field. Cowser is in left, and he makes the catch. We might have had a defensive replacement here. My guess is Mullins. Yes, Mullins is in center. Stowers is out of the game as a defensive replacement. Cowser shifts over to left. One away here in the ninth. Dogs. Dogs eat mosquitoes? You mean to tell me dogs can't survive without a mosquito diet? Get out of here. Rosario's up to pinch hit. Ahmed Rosario, right-handed hitter, to face the lefty Aiken. Fish. This one's low and in, 2-0. How about this? How about mosquitoes just stab each other? Why don't you do that? Just take each other's blood. Leave me out of it. 3-0 the count on Rosario. One out here in the top of the ninth. Hey, I think it's a topic worth visiting. There's a called strike one. 3-1 on Rosario. Rosario has a walk rate of 1.7%. That is the lowest in Major League Baseball. So to walk him would be hard to do. This one is fouled away in the count 3-2. Folks, Craig Kimbrell is getting loose. Just in case. 3-2 from Aiken. Is hit in the ground and through the right side. A base hit. A one-out single. A pinch hit single for Ahmed Rosario. And the inning will continue now with, who do we got? Randy Arozarena. Arozarena 1 for 3 today. The Rays would have to get at least one more man on base in order for this to be a save situation. They'll need 2 more men on base to bring the tying run to the plate. Here's a called strike to Arozarena. Hey there, SG Sports Talk. dropping in some birds here as we try to lock down a series win and a chance for a sweep tomorrow. This pitch is inside, 1-1 on Arozarena. Rice Arena, the San Francisco treat. 1-1. A called strike, top of the zone. Randy not happy. That high pitch has been, the umpire has been pretty inconsistent with that part of the zone. 1-2 is popped up. Stay in play. Adley having a look. He's at the railing, and it's just a few feet back into the seats. Still 1-2. All right. SG Sports Talk is ready to talk. My goodness. He shows up, says hi, and next thing you know, he's the only one talking. You're a fan of Uncle Ben's. Well, there you go. Swing and a miss. Arozarena goes down on strikes. Folks, we are 1 out away. Get on your feet. Get on your feet. Let's make this last out happen. Come on, folks. Get on your feet. Hey. Palacios at the plate. The ballpark is up. What about you? I'm up. It's 5:52 a.m. Orioles looking for win number 37 and move to 18 games over 500. Folks, if we get the sweep tomorrow, we're back to winning 2 out of 3 on the year and a .667 winning percentage. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Again, folks, today the hat has had the night off. The sub-screen has had the night off. Me pushing you guys for subs have had the night off. Hopefully you guys appreciate the fact that I'm looking out for you. 2-0 the count on DeLuca, by the way. That's the pinch hitter at the plate. Started yesterday's ball game. On now to pinch hit with 2 down, runner at first. 2-0 pitch is fouled straight back, 2-1. Finish them. What am I going to do after the game? Probably going to head on down to get a cold latte and a little bit of breakfast. Actual food, not a cookie. This one's foul back, and it's 2-2. The Rays are down to their final strike. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to spend my day like a normal day. It's just I got up around 2:15 in the morning, and I'll probably take a nap somewhere around 6 p.m. and wake up for the game tonight, which for me will be around midnight. I'll be back up. All right, that one's fouled away in the count, 2-2. Folks, are you a bird watcher? Shout it out, because this game might be over here in seconds. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Keegan Aiken with the strikeout. And the Orioles wrap up the win. 19 straight series without a series loss against the American League East, folks. Did you know that? It's the longest streak in our team's history. 19 straight series against division opponents where we've either split or won. We not only had that don't get swept, now we got a whole nother record we're going after. Final score, Orioles 9, Tampa 5. All of the action taking place in the first three innings and change. The Oriole bird out on the field waving the flag around. Both teams with 10 hits, but the Orioles 9 runs to the Rays 5, while the Rays left 10 men on base to our 4. So there you go, folks. That's the difference in the ball game. When we had our opportunities, we capitalized when the Rays did not. It was a very, very poor outing from Kyle Bradish. That's right, James. If you're listening to me, I'm telling you exactly like it is. It was a very, very poor outing from Kyle Bradish. He did not have it today. But fortunately, the Oriole bats were up to bail him out. And so was the bullpen. Again, folks, the bullpen. What do you want? Check out these numbers. 5 more guys coming out there today, and none of them gave up squat in terms of runs. In fact, what are we looking at? 5 1/3 innings of just 3 hits and a walk. 5 1/3 scoreless out of the bullpen with 3 hits and a walk. That is fantastic. I'm telling you right now. All right, let's head on over and take a look at tomorrow's pitching matchup. We've already got the start time, 1:35 p.m. Your boy will be on the air at 1:25 Eastern. Hope everybody comes on back. Here is your pitching matchup. Cole Irvin, the lefty. Oh, it's good to get a lefty in here for the final game of the homestand. Isolate those lefty hitters and then make the righties try to beat you with a giant left field wall out there. He'll be up against Zach Littell, who's got a decent ERA, 3.03. Whip is decent as well. In fact, these two, their numbers aren't too far off from each other. Although Littell, way more of a strikeout pitcher, I'd say. 64 in 62 innings. So there you go. The matchup predictor says the Orioles have a 2-3 chance. Means absolutely nothing. But I tell you what this means, folks. We have wrapped up another series win against the division, against Tampa for the first time this season on a beautiful afternoon. Now entering the early evening here in Baltimore. All right. So come on back tomorrow, folks. I want to say thank you to everybody for being here tonight. Enjoyed calling the game, even though it was crazy hours. But you know me. I'm down. I'm down to do it. Look, I'll just give a look just because we're here, okay? Let's see. 8, 9. Yeah, like very... Folks, do you see what happens when I take a day off from promoting subscribing to the channel? I got a couple. I'll take them. But you got to understand, it's part of the job. Part of the hustle. You know, you got to keep working at it. Got to keep watering the plant. You hear what I'm saying? All right, folks, that's going to do it for me. Thanks so much to the mods as well. Christina, Card Craze, Janet, Magic members that are here. Folks who sent me some super chats today. Much appreciated. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their Saturday evening. Folks, try not to get into too much trouble tonight because we got an early ball game tomorrow. Don't be too hungover. All right? If I'm willing to be here. Oh yeah, and the mosquito talk. We'll talk more about mosquitoes tomorrow too. I'm done with them. Seriously. We have all the great minds all over the world. Just come together. Let's put aside all of these differences we have over crap that we can't really solve anyway. And let's solve a problem that we can all agree on. Let's get rid of mosquitoes. I'm done. All right? That's all I got. I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening, okay? That's going to do it back here on my end. Look at that sun outside. I got to go pop out here before it gets hot. Pop it like it's hot. All right, everybody. Have a good night, and I'll see you on Sunday afternoon. Come on back. Until then, this has been the BirdWatcher, and I'll chirp at you later. Have a good one, everybody.